Today we have a distinguished guest joining us on the podcast. I welcome you all, friends. Today we have someone who brings clarity and confidence to the complex world of finance. Years don't transform lives. Please make a note. Years do not transform lives, habits do. And prepare for the next new year. Friends, let us not just do the hoping. Only hope will not help. We need to prepare. And for that, we have a very great personality with us. Friends, I would like you to please welcome Shri Vilas Ravande. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Welcome to
Thank you,
podcast studio,
Jyotindra.
meditation channel. So nice
Thank
of
you.
you to join, Vilas.
Yeah,
Amazing, amazing personality we have, friends. He is a retired banker, visiting faculty on banking and international finance. My God, such an eminent personality we have. His area of expertise is finance and smart balance sheet. Yes, this is very important for any entrepreneur. Any entrepreneur in the world requires any professional need to know the finance. And here we have the expert before us. As we begin this discussion, the power of financial discipline, it is important to understand that Mr. Vilas Ravande sir has been seen thousands of balance sheets. He has actually worked on so many balance sheets across sectors and on various scales. Am I right, Vilas? Yeah.
correct.
Yeah, and his insights come not from textbooks, but from decades of real banking decisions. That is called experience, audit observations, and business interactions. When he speaks about smart balance sheet, it carries the weight of hands-on experience. With that, let us explore the core idea behind our first question. Vilas, I would
Yeah,
like to know, let our viewers understand how does a smart balance sheet benefit a business, Vilas?
yeah. Good morning, Jyotindra. Good morning, friends. A nice question to begin with early morning and that too on finance. Uh, Friends, this is something not new, but yet balance sheet is supposed to be normally a mirror of your business. What exactly you do business and year on year basis that almost is get reflected in your balance sheet, and your balance sheet speaks for your business what is being done. When I say it is a smart balance sheet, the smart balance sheet itself speaks or demonstrates what you call as a healthy financial status of a business and true and clear picture. Probably in a simple one word, it will say what is called a stability of a business or stable network of a business. Probably what we say in smart balance sheet is that it affords credibility to many, not one. A balance sheet is not just seen an open view, with open mind. The understanding to a banker what it is, what the investors understand of the balance sheets, what the suppliers do understand, what customers do understand balance sheet is more important because they are all the part of a business. And if they do not know in depth what your balance sheet speaks, probably you will not be able to do a proper business. So maintaining smart balance sheet is nothing but you are adding credibility to your balance sheet. The one word called credibility adds to big things in business because that helps your business to prosper more better way. You are allowed to take more conscious decisions to invest, expand, grow, invite venture capital, or invite people in the market. It is just purely not an attraction, but purely establish your standing point that you are standing over for so many years. Establish your status use time and again. So what is important is credibility. And beyond credibility, what's important for anybody to see is in your businesses, most important is liquidity. How far your liquidity is good. Simple word, it means cash flow. How the money comes in, how the money goes. And you are apt enough, your business is adequate enough to ensure that you're able to pay people in time. You should be a good paymaster. All that reflects in balance sheet solve is liquidity. And liquidity says you are a good paymaster. You never delay people. That means you are able to enjoy the trust and confidence of people in market. So people trust you more if you are a good paymaster. So that is most liquidity at any given point of. And more than enough, the balance sheet also displays, the smart balance sheet also displays what is called a solvency. Liquidity we call for a short period, but for solvency is a longer period. That means at any given point of, if you consciously borrow something from market for banks, you display a capacity to repay at any point of time, even a longer period of time also, and still you are cash rich. So basically, making a smart balance sheet is to ensure that your status of standing is based on two pillars. One is credibility, three pillars: credibility, liquidity, and solvency. That's the hallmark of it. Beyond that, what small balance sheet benefits you? The bigger benefits are more. You enjoy a best of civil score. Now, recently you can see is what civil score says that it's range of 300 to 900 base points. The best of civil scores is between 700 to 900 points. All smart balance sheets are normally having a civil score of 750 plus. I have seen there are balance sheets which are 800 plus also. I have seen balance sheets which are below 500 also. But yet, if we say smart balance sheet, that means your score is definitely going to be between 750 to 800. So that's a very highlight point of it. What is advantages? Having a best civil score, you get a best credit rating. Now credit ratings are it is triple A plus, triple A, double A, single A, then triple B, double E. Likewise, the credit rating goes. Any smart version with a score of more than 750 plus will always attract a rating of almost triple A. If you are 800 plus, it goes triple A plus. That's how it displays that. And beyond that, what is the advantage for business? If you are borrowing, you are in a smart world, you need to ensure that your products are competitive. In that case, your borrowing should be at a very, very nominal rate of interest. That means you can borrow from banks at a very small rate of interest, not as large as. So you command a respect from the banking community. You command respect from the suppliers community. You command respect from the customers. All these are very basic important facts. So with this help, your smart balance sheet will always be a very absolutely a balance sheet that will invite bankers of financial world. Yes, we are ready to help you out. That should be the point in establishing credible balance sheet. That's what I want to leave it for you. Yeah, Jyotindra, is that good?
So,
My friend Jyotindra,
great.
he has been doing podcasts for so many years. But this sometimes I used to tell him very funnily, or sometimes people may give me likes also. I sometimes he's a smiling Buddha, and he brings happiness. That's more important. Smiling Buddha is just not smiling; he brings happiness. And why happiness is more important? If you are good in bad business, you're happy. You're talking of financial health there. What about your mental and physical health? This man has been talking on this. He's trying to help people to be happy by reversing many disorders what you face during your business or professional life. And that is something he's specializing for so many years. What a great man he is. Absolutely amazing personality. He's helping somebody to stay in business with a absolutely top-notch physical and mental health. What do you want more? If you want to do business, you should own that. And beyond that, he has a signature product. What you see in the screen, a pentagon, something nice. The word is something very catchy and attractive because it brings many, many things into fact. One important fact is that what exactly you want to do and how you can create a balance of life.
Thank you, Vilas, for such a beautiful introduction. I am so honored to have such a senior banker with me today. Friends, we are talking about balance sheet. The question is about a balance sheet of life. Well, to create the balance sheet of life, begin the same way you build a financial statement. You see, you list your five life assets such as health, emotional stability, strong relationship, confidence, and skills. These are the assets you need to really develop, create, and nurture. What about liabilities? In balance sheet, we have asset and liabilities, right? So liabilities, these are, five liabilities you need to keep a watch and manage: stress, anger, addictions. Yes, Vilas, today
Yeah.
addictions has become a big challenge.
Big
You
challenge.
see,
Yeah.
a poor sleep, the sleep cycle has disturbed, and last but not the least, the unhealthy food habits. So I would like to say these five liabilities, something you need to worry about, and the five assets, as I mentioned earlier, we need to have both sides of the balance sheet, the asset and the liability. Clearly, you understand where you stand today and what you need for correction. You see, so we need to have the asset and liability, and that is what I mean by balance sheet of life. Yes, Vilas.
Yeah.
Now, I would like to mention a few lines more about Vilas sir here. Today's world, friends, today's world is driven by digital payments, loans, credit scoring, insurance, and investments. Now, Vilas sir has spent years teaching these concepts to students, professionals, senior entrepreneurs, corporates. His ability to simplify financial topics makes him uniquely positioned to address the need for financial literacy. Friends, he brings us the second question. And here I have Vilas sir. Why,
Yeah.
why is financial literacy important for every individual today? Can you please enlighten our
Uh, Thank you,
audience?
Shri. Yes. One of the
Yeah.
best choices. When we say smart balance sheet, the asset liabilities are basically net worth, current liabilities, long-term liabilities, fixed asset, long-term assets, and current assets. These are form liabilities assets, but yet most of people do not know what these liability assets mean to us, and that knowing that is something beyond what is called as financial literacy. A business understands its balance sheet, but you need to understand its components. What I'm talking on asset side or liability sides. Each Indian business professional or business must know what this component mean to me, him. What is the net worth in the business? What is the long-term borrowings? What is our short-term borrowings? What are the strategies payable? Same way, what are the fixed assets? What is current assets? What are chargeable current assets? That means that can be given to banks as a for procuring finance. So all this, what you call the financial word, I won't say jugglery, the financial word terms are very important. And financial literacy means to understand this more important. So try to understand the business from the balance sheet side on each. Probably what it helps. Every business always talks of vision. It talks of mission. It talks of strategies to build future. Based on what? Based on the credibility established in the balance sheet. Based on after understanding what the asset liabilities mean to you. And when it say I say you have a mission, you have a vision, your strategy, that means you have become little more wiser to manage your money. It is more or less management of funds. How to manage funds, inflows and outflows in a business, even in a household, even for a household also, inflows and outflows. You may be a salaried, or you may be a small businessman, or you may be any small vendor, or you may large business, big business also. He or she in any business has his household income and expenditure. So what is more important for me? Do you live a life or live a business within my own means? That means you must know what is budgeting. Financial literacy also addresses the word called budgeting. Yes, you must budget. Second, importantly, you must understand what is the income and what is the expense. Now, on expense side, there are normally uh, fixed expense where you know that you are got to pay this on month to month basis. But there can be sometimes certain expenses, external expenses that come through that you need to provide also. That means you need to understand really the balance of life. I understand balance of life and business. The person might explicitly tell you what your income is able to generate and what of income, how much you're able to save after paying all important liabilities. Probably it also supports you after understanding business to invest surplusly more wisely in the market. How to invest, where to invest, when to go, when to be in the market, when to exit from market is very important for all. So understanding all financial terms, whether it is market terms or in the business terms or the balance sheet terms, makes you more and more what you're more mature to understand the nuances of the entire business. And finally, when you understand all these things, under the balance sheet is very becomes more simpler. But what it affords, it affords stability to your business. Sorry, it affords what is called stability to business, security, and if you are interviewed somewhere, you are talking to a financial wizard or a banker outside market, or if you're talking to a public in the market, your stocks always display that kind of confidence that you know this financial word very in even bits and pieces, and you can clearly talk on this. Just mere knowing balance sheet doesn't effort. Understand balance sheet, talking on it to a banker is more important because you need finance. And you need finance, you must know your business well. And all terminologies, all of that is very important. And finally, what it helps? It helps you to take informed, I repeat, it helps you take informed, conscious decisions in the smart world. Market is very smart. And you adapt change according to market. Go go forward, understand the market too. Probably I would rather say financial literacy, even for any business or for individual, is very important. Probably, maybe today's world, while previous world may not be compulsory, I would rather say, but today's world it is an important skill that one must acquire for stability and progress. That's how financial literacy plays an important role in the life of a business or a partner or individual. That's all I feel. You'll agree for that.
Yes,
See,
absolutely.
a
So,
man with more than 47 experience of IT. Just imagine, no? A person who was working in IT, who was working in one of the top class company, IBM, an IT wizard, coming to talk to us on what is called as scientific meditation. Just imagine. Absolute beautiful balance. How to be scientifically good in meditation. How it can help you to adopt a lifestyle which will help you prosper in business. See, all is linked. All is linked. And probably who you can know from him more. This man has a what you call such a personality that Bill Gates also had met him. I would rather put it whether he wanted or Jyoti wanted, I don't know. But meeting Bill Gates is something great. See the way he has built his person is a towering, we call towering personality of Jyotindra has made him this. I being a IT graduate and also had a global exposure and talking to on scientific meditation, maybe also on various other areas, whatnot. He also has written books. Show me your income expense. And I'm more interested in showing expense side. That's very important. That's how I go to balance sheet then. So my first route goes to income expense and then to balance sheet. That's why I said let us understand the income expenditure of life when you talk about balance sheet. Jyotindra? Yes.
yes, thank you, Vilas sir. You see, uh, as you correctly said, we need to also look at the income side. Now, as far as the balance sheet of life is concerned, Vilas, I would like to say if nothing changes inside, nothing improves outside. First, we
Yeah.
need to change inside us. You see, the new year is around the corner, 2026, and it is going to be your creation, dear viewers. Your real income comes from positive habits. Friends, please make a note. Your real income comes from your positive habits. I'm talking about daily meditation, pranayam, breathing exercise, healthy diet. This is what adds in your balance sheet of life. Mindful walking. What I mean here is walk when you are walking, no talking, no listening, only walking. That means you are aware of what the body movements are. In old scriptures, ancient scriptures, it is called Gaman Yoga. Gaman Yoga is mindful walking. Mindful walking. And corollary to that is no multitasking. Okay? Yeah, no multitasking. Meaningful work, meaningful, mindful work habits will add in your income. A good friendship with positive people, surround yourself with positive and supportive people so that you can achieve your goal. They will help you rather than distract you. You see, these are some things which we need to worry about, be careful, and all these deposits will be energy into your inner account. Yes, these habits increase your internal cash. Internal cash flow we are talking about of peace, focus, and vitality. Yes, Vilas, that is
Yeah.
what I will say the income of balance sheet. Now, let me tell some few more points about this distinguished personality with us, dear entrepreneurs. The new year, you see, the date, the progression, and the decisions are taken. Start shaping 2026 now. Today is 1st December 2025. We have 1 month to make sure you do your projection and plan. And for this, we have a very, distinguished personality and expert with us. You see, one common misconception is that the only big companies need financial discipline. People normally say, balance sheet, I am a small company, SME. But I think we need to understand through his years in banking, Mr. Vilas Ravande sir, he has observed that the strongest businesses are often the smallest ones that maintain complete financial clarity. Complete financial clarity, small or big, is very, very important. His guidance has helped micro entrepreneurs transform their cash flow and business structures. Friends, let us talk about this in our third question. Vilas sir, do small and micro business really need financial discipline like big corporates? Tell us.
Yeah, Jyotindra. Uh, when you talk of discipline, it is not only limited to a single unit or a single corporate or a single entity, what you call. Discipline is required for each individual also. You cannot go away with discipline. Probably we must have been taught in schools. And Jyoti does talk in his meditation lectures and what discipline means to us. And if you want to have a good balance of life, the first important point is discipline. Corporates do follow because these are the corporates who are leading to different leading institutions where probably they are the icons of the industry, icons of the or champions of the industry, expressing that some very big way in the local and global market. But mind you, remember, gentlemen, MSCB is a heartbeat of India's economy. You have got vast number of MNEs doing a fantastically good. They have been a large, big contributor to Indian economy. We tend to forget them. But how they contribute? Well, because they are disciplined. That's why I said it's not only for a corporate that financial discipline is important, This discipline is important for each and every individual, each and every entity. Just because financial discipline is followed, probably you have a big chunk of MSMEs contributing to the economy. Let's not forget it. But how they do it? It is simple. It's simple. As I said, they have supposed what you call, I have been saying the same way, that vision, mission, strategy. There are three lines probably every businesses try to maintain. When you say something on discipline, probably when you visualize something, you have mission zeal to do that. And if you have to mission zeal to do that, you strategize for something. When you strategize for something, probably you talk on compliances. When you say, I want to do this thing today, naturally you have to naturally plan for it. That means complying what you have done. So all that is important discipline is nothing, all compliances. Adhering to the absolutely budget, adhering to various timelines, getting guided by your own chartered accountants or accountant business or CEO in your business. And most important is adhering to timelines given the government to pay your taxes. Be sincere to that. Submission of various statements, various financial statements are required by banks in time, on time. Makes them to understand, yes, where are you, what are you. They will help you get more little finance as you require. Maintain your cash flow is another compliance, because cash flow again is very important. What money comes in, what money goes out. So that way discipline is more important, because you have policy to receive some money from your receivables. That means for the people who have supplied your material or products to them, you will be giving them on cash basis or on credit basis. Your policy will tell them recover them 90 days, 60 days. That means you have to comply with that, and you have to follow for that. Then only your cash flow will be properly enriched. So compliance by yourself getting compliant for others also equally important. So maintaining cash flows, maintaining adequate solvency and credibility and liquidity in business. And for all this, if all such disciplines are followed in business, including your punctuality, I would say another punctuality is very important, because reporting in time, doing particularly work in time, doing certain scalability in time will always save your money. Your productive efficiency grows more better. Your industry or business is more better efficiently treated as. Being financial fit in business is talked in the detailed book. This book is available published by Book International, one of the noted distributors, publishers, distributors, and this is available on Amazon also, and also available on their Book Ganga publishing site also. Do read it. You will be very, very happy to read it. At the same time, I also find myself reviews from all of you to improve further, to give you more detailed information on each end. It talks on everything what you require in business, and what that everything world is, financial world is very important today, because you are a smart businessman. You want to remain smart throughout, and you have to ensure that this global competition, I am not only working locally, I am local, but I am going to be global for all my products, for all financial status too. That gives me one of the best ratings to ensure that I invite people to come to India and talk to me for business ventures or business partnership. That's how this financial, what you call discipline, is very important to go forward in business. That's all. Jyotindra, you need that for people to go forward. You always say, because I understand you're also a Rotarian, like me.
Yes.
And as a Rotarian, you have been always talking on not beyond social service, because social is a part of it. Friendship, fellowship goes together along with it too. While you exchange friendship, fellowship, you also talk about community health and development too. Having lived in different countries, especially USA, Germany, Netherlands, Singapore, your global reach or your presence globally has enriched knowledge, not for yourself, but also you have been able to enrich people. If I individual as I talk as a Jyoti also, I know I am, whenever I talk to him, I feel I am enriched. My boss श्रीमंत हो गया हूँ. That kind of richness you get from an individual with a vast experience. IT man, having met Bill Gates, adopting a beautiful way of scientific meditation. doing n number of workshops and talking with people to maintain their life because very important. He's ensuring people's life, safety and security. He just talks and workshops. He's absolutely fluent in English, Hindi, Marathi, and Gujarati. And my God, YouTube channels, listen to him. You'll love to be we'll be absolutely at peace if you listen to it. And that's what Jyotindra is. Jyotindra, we talked on what is called as balance of life. You're talking. I'm talking about balance of business. You're talking on income side. I have talked on discipline too. I have talked importance of macro MSCBs also. The most important part is that in a business, when I said previously just now, that when somebody meets me as a businessman, I ask him first is what is his profit and loss. He talks of income side, expense side. Income side always doesn't matter. It's very good to see income, but the expense side worries a lot in any business. And how this expense is traveling, because normally we don't see expense in isolation. Any statement we don't see in isolation. As a banker, we see in a trended pattern. And this means at least we go through at least 3 years balance sheet. What is the trend you are maintaining for last 3 years? Are you growing and what rate you are growing? What rate your expenses are going up? And where your expenses are being hidden? We also understand what you are hiding to from a balance sheet. Similar way, the projections. Next year, what is going to happen? Because we talk of vision and mission and strategy. So any businessman makes a strategy to grow further tomorrow. So that is very important. So today's expenses, if you save, tomorrow you will have more income.
Vilas, just like unnecessary financial expenses, you say that drains money, isn't it?
Yeah.
Emotional and lifestyle leakages drain the health. I am comparing the expenses of finance with life balance sheet, and I'm talking about the emotional and lifestyle leakages. You see, overthinking, for example, overthinking is energy is spent unnecessarily. That is why scientific meditation helps in clarity of thinking and not to do overthinking. And screen addiction, you will not believe, all of us are addicted to screen, whether it is mobile or television or laptop, but we are now bombarded by screen, electronics. Multitasking, as I said earlier, is drainage, is expense. Avoid multitasking, one task at a time. For example, while eating, only eat. While eating, no television, no YouTube. That is what I mean by no multitasking. Late night food is we must avoid. Try to take food around the sunset time. So these are something which we can always keep in mind. The biggest problem today is junk food, the processed food which is available in a box with expiry date in a mall, so that we can avoid. These are some expenses which we need to worry about in life balance sheet. Reacting with anger, or uh, you know uh, uh, I mean here, you see, the reaction is in our hand, and that is where the scientific meditation practice helps us. So reducing or lowering this all these problems, like junk food, I said, screen addiction, this will lower the stress and strengthen your health reserves. I'm using your financial terms, health reserve.
Results,
Yeah,
yeah.
Vilas, question to Vilas. But before that, let me remind my dear viewers, financial empowerment is not limited to entrepreneurs or working professionals. Mr. Ravande sir here firmly believes that financial literacy is equally important with thousand within. You see, what happens is within household, housemaker or housewife, they call it, especially for women. who often manage day-to-day decisions. You see, for them also, this is important. He says, uh, Vilas ji, yeah, you have so much of experience,
Yeah.
and you have also good experience in public speaking, anchoring, and mentoring. Uh, he has shown knowledge and creates confidence and security people. That makes us to the fourth question, our last question today in the scientific meditation podcast. Vilas ji, tell us, why should household women also be financially literate? Common
Okay,
women.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Today's woman in as a partner or a director of business is no more financially literate. She does understand what business means to her. She understand maybe a holistic way or maybe a global way what exactly business means to it. What is my capital? What is my contribution? What is the business? What is profits in my business? What are dividends being paid to the people? What are reserves being created? Jatin was talking. Yes, reserves are nothing but a buffer for you to take care of your future projects, and you require that. You need to have that story. In any household, if you see it, even a simple which is she whether she is an entrepreneur or whether she is not a self-help group member or even a normal housewife, is able to manage house effectively and lovely. At the same time, she will store. If you call back yourself, your parents, if they are not literate, financially literate, they will be storing some money, 5 rupees, 10 rupees here or 100 rupees here in some boxes. और खुद के पर्स में रखेंगे नहीं, कहीं से छुपा के अलग अलग डब्बों में रखेंगे पैसा. Because they know what is mean by savings. The what you learn for most important is savings out of these habits. Long time back, yes, woman here runs the house, takes care of financial. She knows what is budget. She knows how to live within the means and at the same save at least a rupee from what husband has given to her. That's a story a few many years back. But yet the entrepreneurs do the same way. They understand the basic things what they have been doing, and that inborn creativity, that inborn habit of doing something, save something for the future is very important. So beyond that, what is important? The woman must understand what is the budget. Those who are not the, I would rather won't be critic of modern woman. Doesn't matter. Not critic, but at the same time, as an entrepreneur also, when you are in business or you are still continue to be household, you must know what is budget and income expenses. And living within means is very important. To be a financial literate woman, be a household or entrepreneur, that means you are living within the budget. You must know what is income, expense. You must in balance sheet what is the proprietary rights or what is the partner's rights. You must know what is your net worth, that means आपका पैसा कितना business में हो. You must know how much you have to pay outside market. You must know what is you are receiving to. You must know what taxes you are going to pay to government, what GST you have to pay. These are small terms for you must know. And whatever I have done in business, I must understand from assets. Whether I built a property, whether my assets what are there for business asset they are in proper form. Am I going to renew those? Because there is a called maintenance. See, the way human maintain the house is similar you have to maintain that business. Business maintenance means it is purely taking care of your all assets. Assets are going to create money for you. You have a liability called liability is a source for you. They give you what is called money. But how the money is put to use it is assets. But if you are putting money good to use in assets, that means you must also maintain those assets. Unless you maintain those assets, you can't do anything. So understanding maintenance is also inborn creativity or what you call inborn uh, quality of a woman. So that maintenance is very important. So whatever inborn qualities a woman has got has to be supplemented by the financial literacy. So they understand more better way. This is my experience when I'm talking to a lot of self-help groups. Because when you talk of this way, they say yes, maintenance is very important. Let me maintain my machine. Say for a woman is working on a sewing machine. The sewing machine need to be properly oiled, then only it works properly for you. So maintenance is very important. The maintain the asset is very important because machine is an asset. And when they maintain that, you are putting good use to money. What your money is resource. And when you do something good, probably you create what is called a profit, and from profit you create a reserve. So make out reserves, create profits, make savings. Understand this. And beyond this, today it's a digital world. In digital world, you must understand what is called as what are digital payments and who can talk to you wrong way, especially on cybercrime frauds. Any person can talk to you or say a message saying, I'll be able to give this much of business to you. Please talk to me. Behavior of it, probably. Especially the self-help groups, which contribute very, very big way. If you do visit before Diwali, this is exhibitions arranged by women, the press, you will be surprised to find how amazing these articles written and how they prepare, how they learn has been my experience to talk to them because I was fortunate enough to make them literate on financial work.
Good.
And Jyotindra,
Yeah.
you are better person to talk on such topics.
Friends, sure. You see, today, long term profit is going to be sustained by wellness. I'm talking about holistic health. For that, let us build a consistent routine. Consistency is the secret password, is the keyword. You see, consistency means regularity, discipline. Once in a while, there is a medical emergency that is different. But right now, let us understand the consistency is important in your life trial balance. Friends, follow scientific meditation, practice it. I teach online or in person. Adopt the MSD package. MSD please, I would say. What is MSD please? Meals, important part. Sleep, so healthy diet, sleep cycle, and avoid driving and mobile. You see, we understand the importance, but while driving, especially, I have seen on two-wheeler, people keep mobile and then they talk. You know, so these are some things which we need to really worry about. So in short, no gadgets during eating, during meals, sleep time, just before sleep. Many people are now addicted to reels, Instagram reels, and that you can avoid. And no gadgets during driving. So that is why I called it MSD pledge. MSD pledge is meals, sleep, driving. Do not do the gadgets. No mobile in short. Daily walking is a good idea. Sleep on time and keep your emotional neutrality. Friends, very easy to talk about managing anger or managing greed or retaliation, but the whole change comes by practicing meditation. Only lectures and talking and discussing is not enough. We need to learn the practical method of meditation. Friends, I'm so happy today to have Vilas sir today conversation, because by the way, your health multiplies like interest over time.
Right.
Vilas sir is expert on compound interest and things like that, is a banker, but I'm talking about health interest. You see, we need to observe all this, practice all this. Well, thank you. Thank you for being with us today. Bye bye, Vilas sir. Bye
Bye bye.
bye.
Thank you.
Stay happy
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
healthy. Yes.
Yes, thank you. Happy New Year to all of you.